Hey guys, favorite pipeline nurse practitioner back again. For those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse practitioner. I worked on site for pipeline construction companies off and on for 8 years, and I like to share my stories and encourage blue collar men to get healthy. And today I am sharing one of my favorite stories. It still makes me laugh. Two main characters. Firstly, the assistant superintendent, one of them. I liked him, but a lot of people didn't. Apparently he had a hairpin trigger, and usually it was over stupid shit. So, second character, a teamster that was odd. I also didn't have a problem with him, but he was one of those guys that if they saw him come into my clinic, somebody would come in and wait because they didn't want me alone with him. That's neither here nor there, but he was odd, okay? So it's February, and apparently in the foreman's meeting that day, it's 5 a.m., pitch black, the assistant super goes on a rant about how everybody comes in the yard in the morning, and instead of going to the right-of-way, they immediately go to Biscuit World. And I guess he just carried on to high heaven, like went on and on and on about how these foremen have to get their men under control. You know, they're not paying them to go get biscuits, you know. Meanwhile, at the exact same time, the teamster is taking a flatbed truck to Biscuit World, and he attempts to drive it through the drive-thru. And he wiped out the pillars holding up the roof over the drive-thru at Biscuit World, while the assistant super is having a conniption over people going to Biscuit World, which I laughed hysterically when I heard, right? It was like Valentine's Day the next day. And so that day, I decided to make the assistant super my Valentine, and I got him a gift. And so I made him open that in the foreman's meeting, 5 a.m. There was like 25 foremen. You know, it was a packed trailer. And I'm like, hey, and he was like weird. I'm like, happy Valentine's Day. And he was like weird. He was like, I don't. I'm like, no, you have to open it. You have to open it. So he opens his bag, and that has to be one of the best laughs I've gotten maybe ever. But he wore that hat for the remainder of the job. And I hope he's wearing it today. But it's the silly, funny, goofy things that happen that if you never got the opportunity to work in an environment like that, you just wouldn't understand. And yeah, I miss it. I do.